Hi guys, I got approached by a lady from a website called Silvex Craft, and they are basically into selling silver jewelry, and I know a lot of you have asked like where can I get the silver. Well, this store is in the European Union. This actually is in Poland, and yeah, I got some stuff from them at home, asking them if I would try out their items. And the good thing is, because I would have never gone for that, the good thing is they also have Swarovski, they have Miyuki, and they got like a whole bunch of stuff that I use. So these are the silver earrings, and they're really beautiful. For those of you that do want to use silver, they got, I don't think you can see that, but let me try and zoom that in a little bit. It's probably going to be blurry, but right here is the 925 marking that it's real silver. So I'm very happy with these. Although I don't use much silver, it's always nice to have the silver earrings at your disposal, because there are some people that say, like, you know what, I only can have silver in my ears, I can't use anything else. So we're gonna make some earrings with these ear hooks, and I'm very happy because they also use, they have Swarovski. Let me zoom that out again. And these are 3mm purple velvets. They put them in the package for me because they know I like to have the package. And they put 144 3mm purple velvets for me in there. Now, putting that to the test. Checking my bead, checking my, yep, that's nice and shiny on both sides. These are real. So I already made that comment, like if that's not real, it's gonna be sent back. Now I got a full package of 3mm pearls. It's still closed, and all I basically have to do is grab my other package from my trusted site to see if this is real. This is exactly the same. There's a sticker on there, and here's the Swarovski sticker on the other side, so there's a sticker on that side. So I can tell you guys this is real, and this is very interesting for those of you who are in the in Europe, because the shipping is also really good and the prices are really low. I actually checked it out. I put it next to Fire Mountain Gems, but because of the free shipping, Fire Mountain Gems will win that contest. I also put it next to Aura crystals, and look how beautiful these are, Swarovski pearls. And Aura crystals actually is more expensive with the Miyuki beads. So for me it's going to be a really good deal to buy from them. My Miyuki beads, and they have seed beads, they have Miyuki beads, and they got so much more fun stuff. And there's a couple of things they have on their site that I still want to try. They have looms, which I really want to try. I want to try looming at least once, because I do like the way bracelets turn out when they are loomed. And they got watches. I still want to make a watch. They got white-eyed needles, well I use that, and they got storage containers and organizers. And one thing that I also found pretty hard to find are these little triangle things. Now, what are these for? Well, let me show you that, what they are for. Like, you got the beads, you know, and they're all over the place, and you bumped into them, and then you get your little triangle, your what is it called? It's called a tri-tray. You get this one, and you just put it all back on there, and then you just slide it back in. I got this one from Cheyenne in Texas when I went to visit her. Thank you, Cheyenne. I'm making really good use of it. But Silvex Craft has also got these on the website. So if you don't have one of these, it's definitely a must. They got the beadle on another tool. I still want to make, or I still want to learn how to make pearl necklaces with knots. I always refuse to knot pearl necklaces because I didn't know how to knot. But I saw that beadle on another tool, and I saw that on YouTube, and I think it's pretty good. So they have that too, so I'll probably still get that one. They actually have Miyuki, special Miyuki nylon thread, which is really cool. They got all kinds of chains for the in silver for your end clasps, and of course they got the end clasp also. They even got silver pieces of plating where you can put your own logo on, so that's pretty cool. And they got also rhodium plated silver earrings. So It's a really good site. I will leave the link for you. Maybe it's interesting. If you're in Europe, it definitely is interesting. And for those of you that want the silver, just for some customers that say, well, I love these earrings, but I can't have that because I really need silver, then you got something that then you got something to back that up with. All you have to do basically is get the ear hook out and put the silver earring on. But that was it for Silvercraft. I really love that site. It's a little bit difficult to get through, but as soon as you start understanding how they set that up, it's definitely worth it. So, Silvexcraft, I will be back. But we're gonna make some earrings now, and we're going to use pearls. For that, 3mm pearls, and I got 3mm Swarovskis also. And how do you do that when it's still on there? Well, I always try to get this last knot out. And then just basically slide that off and put a new knot on there. If I feel that they're sliding off, but they're kind of tight on there. So what I want to do is I want to do a little crawl with you guys. And do that actually with 3mm pearls. I haven't done crawl with 3mm pearls yet. I don't know how it will turn out. But I got this design in my head. And yeah, time to take it out. Now, that will basically mean that I'm designing as I go along. So, but it's not going to be too hard. It's not going to be that difficult. And we'll see where it goes. Of course. Oh, what I also wanted to say, I saw some really cool end clasps, and they are specially for Miyuki Delica beads. It's really cool. They are like flat, and you just kind of pinch them, but they are specifically for the Miyuki Delica beads. I'm going to take 2 arm spans wide. I don't know how far I'm going to get with that. And run that through my wax. Now, because I'm not exactly sure where this is going yet, I took out 100 Swarovskis, and I will see how many I have left over, because I don't know how many will go in an earring. Okay, we're going to start off with about 2 arm spans wide of thread. I don't know how much I need, but just to be on the safe side, I'm taking 2 arm spans wide, and I hope that will be enough. Also, you need to make sure that pearl is about 3/4 of the way down. So right now I'm on half, and I'm going to see how much I got here on the left side. So if that's half, then I'm just going to pull that about up to my armpit, and then I got probably 3/4 of thread. I'm going to pick up 3 more pearls. I'm going to pull that down, and I'm going to tie a double knot. Okay, double knot in place. Find where that knot is, pull both threads, you find the knot on this side right in front of this pearl. So we're going into this pearl right now, and we're going to crawl, and that's cubic right angle weave. Pick up 3 pearls. You will probably hear my doggy snoring in the background, so I'm trying not to talk too loud. 3 pearls. And go back in the pearl that you're coming out of. And if you never crawled before, doesn't matter, just follow my lead. So, now we got the first raw on this pearl. So it's basically raw, only we're doing it in a cube. So that's why it's called cubic right angle weave. Next we're going to go into the next pearl. Pull that through. Gonna pick up 2 pearls, and we're going to go into the right side pearl right here and into the pearl that you're coming out of, like that. I'm going to turn that so that the pearl that was across you is now on the right side. We're going to go into that pearl. Again, pick up 2 pearls, and these are 3 millimeters, just to make sure that you understand. Go into that pearl on the right side and the pearl that your thread is coming out of. Now you've gone around like 3 times. That's 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to go into that one now. You can turn it if you want to, so you stay on the right side. And everything needs to come up now. Pull your end tail down and just kind of push everything up. Pull it tight. And we're now going to go up on the right side. Coming out of this pearl, going up on the pearl on the right side, right there. I'm going to pick up 1 pearl, because we got to close this up. Going down on the pearl, in the pearl on the left side. Right there. Pull that through. Now we got to go around again because this is our top and the top is open. So we're going to go into the bottom pearl again. Like that. And hold on to it, don't let it fall. Into the pearl on the right side again. And now we're going to turn it around so it will face the top. This thread is coming out on the top, and as you can see, this is open right here. So we got to close that up, and we do that with 5 times going through the pearls. So that's 1, and just turn that around. Stay on that right side. 2, and as you pull it through, turn it around so you can hold it. 3, turn it. 4, and this is the one you came out of, so to make sure that it's absolutely tight, go into 1 more pearl, so that's 5. Okay, pull it tight and make so that the thread now is again on your right side coming out of that pearl. Start again with 3. 1, 2, and 3. Going into that same pearl. And turn it around. Pick up the pearl on the right side, right here. Pick up 2 pearls. Go into the pearl on the right side and the one that you came out of. And just turn it around as you do that. Into the 3rd right pearl. I'm going to flatten that out a bit so you can see what I'm doing. Picking up 2 again. And these pearls are slippery. Going into the one on the right side and the one you came out of. Pull that through. And now we're going to turn that into that last pearl on the right side. And now you got to flip it over so it's on the side, because we're going up on the right like this. When you see on the top, there's 3 that are on the top and you're missing that one. So now we're going to put that middle one in there. So going down on the left side, right there. Into that middle one again, right there. I'm trying not to move the project too much so that you can understand it as clear as possible. And we're going to go up again. And the reason for that is because we need to close our top. Up, And as you can see, that top is wide open. So here we go. 1, turn. 2, turn. 3, turn. 4, turn. And 5, don't turn. Pull it tight. And we're going to pick up 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Back in that same purl. Turn. Into the next one on the right side. Pick up 2. 1, 2. Going into the one on the right side and the one that you came out of. Turn. Go into the next one on the right side. Pick up 2. Into the one on the right side of the previous row and the one you're coming out of. And pull into the purl. Last one on the right side. And face it in front of you, so now that you're on the side, going up. Adding that last one, because you can see you have 3. One gap is still open, you need to add the 4th. Down on the left side. Back in the middle again. Up on the right side. And face it on the top again. It's open, we got to close it up. That means 5. 1, turn. 2, turn. 3, turn. 4, turn. 5, do not turn. It's on the right side, that's where you want it. And we're going to start again with 3. So I'm going to show you one more time. And then you need a total of 9. This is 3. And we're going to add the 4th one now. 3 pearls to start with. Into the right side. And turn. Into the next pearl first. On the right side. Pick up 2. Into the pearl on the right and the pearl you came out of, and turn into the next pearl on the right and push that down if you can't see it. Pick up 2 into the pearl on the right and the next pearl that you came out of with your thread. Pull. I just kind of flip them all up, turn it so that you can go into the bottom one on the middle and add that last pearl to close that up. Down, up on the right, add the pearl, down on the left, back in the middle again, up on the right, and closing the top. 1, turn. 2, turn. 3, turn. 4, turn. 5, do not turn. Pull it tight. Okay, so now you need 9 in total, and how do you count them? Well, you don't count this one. So this one you skip. 1, 2, 3, 4. So just go on until you got 9, okay? Pause me now until you got that done. And this is the hard part. If you did everything correctly, your end tail comes up in that pearl upwards. And your working tail comes up on the other side downwards. Now if that's not the case, but your end tail for instance is here and your other thread is there, just push the thread through until you are opposite of that other thread. Okay, one goes down, one goes up, and the end tail goes up and the working thread comes down. Now we're going to connect. Pick up one pearl. Go into that same pearl as where your end tail is. Pull that through. Pick up another pearl and then go back into where your thread is coming out of. Okay? There's nothing I can do about this. I do have to pull that tight now. I'm going to pull that tight. Now just remember, as we were working upwards, this was where we were working. This is where your working thread is. So you went into the right pearl, right? So we're going to do that same thing right now. Going into the right pearl, getting the end tail out of the way, and we're going to pick up one pearl. And instead of going through two, you now need to go through three. So that would mean this one on the right side, that one on the right side, and the one that you're coming out of. And before you get confused, turn and go into that right side bead right there. Now pull that tight and just kind of close that up so you can pull that tight. It's kind of difficult, but you'll manage. Now, you're on the top of the project. You need to pick up one bead. This is your top bead, and this is your top bead. So we're going to go into the top bead now. Right there. One, into the side again, 2, 3, and now we're coming out of the bead that your thread is coming out of originally. Pull tight. That means we need to make one more turn, which is like this. This area is open, so we got to close that up. That would be like normally when you had your top, you had to close that up, right? So, going to close that up. First, we're going into the next bead, like that, and now we're going to close that up. I'm going around in 2, and one more, and one more, and we're going to work on the side. And this thread needs to come out of that pearl on the other side. So we're going to pick up the other thread now, the end tail. And as you can see, that's coming out of this pearl right here. I don't know if you can see in there, but it's coming out of this pearl. And I need to go into the opposite side of that pearl. So I'm going to go into this pearl right here and out, crossing in that pearl. My threads, so I got threads on both sides now. Now we're going to get out the 3mm Swarovskis. Oh, let me see how many pearls we used. Let me see how much there are left over. 5, 10, 15, 20. So that means one of these is 83mm pearls. Of course you can make it bigger, but that would mean if you got 10 rows of 8 and 80, that's 8 a row. So if you're going to make it bigger, add 8. I'm going to pick up a Swarovski with my right thread, and I'm going to use Delica beads on my left thread, and I'm going to cross in a 15-0 silver seed bead. So Swarovski on the right side, delicate bead 11O on the left side, pull those down on my thread, 15O silver lined, pulling that down and crossing my needles in there. Swarovski on the right side, delicate bead 11O on the left side, and I'm going into the pearl that's straight across here. And now you can hardly hear me because I got my needle in my mouth. So I'm crossing in my threads in the next pearl that's straight across it. So that's one 3mm bicone on the right side, one delicate bead 11O on the left side, pull them down, cross in a 15O silver lined seed bead, and pull that through, and then again bicone on the right, delicate on the left, and we're going to go across in the other pearl that's right across there, right there. And then we're going to cross our threads in the pearl. So, one more time. Swarovski on the right side, delicate bead 11O, silver lined 15O, cross threads, bicone on the right, delicate on the left, and into the pearl that's straight across from here. And you're going to do that all the way around until you wind up at the beginning again. So I suggest you pause me now until you've done that. And be careful with the threads. Try to get them not twisted around each other so that everything stays pretty straight. Those little moments of perfectionizing, right? Okay, so I suggest pause me now and I'll see you when you get that done. I just added my last one, and that means one thread is coming down on the inside, and we don't do things halfway here, so we got to do the other side also. That means we now have to find our way to the other side. We've got to follow, of course, the beaded path. So that means we have to go into this pearl right here on the inside and work our way up. And that's going to be a little bit difficult, so what I'm doing is I'm going to go down in the pearl to the other side. I'm going to go back up. And I'm going to go into that pearl on the right side right there. And into this top pearl. Now the thread that was on the right side is fairly easy because that already came out on the top here. Crossing in that same bead. Going to the other side. Putting that right needle on the right side. Left needle on the left side. Into the middle pearl, into that middle pearl, and I'm going to go around 1, 2, 3, And that just leaves my other thread. I don't want to get them crossed over each other. To go into this pearl to get my threads on both sides of the same pearl again. And then you're just going to start again with right side bicone, left side delicate bead, crossing in the 15-0 silver line, and right side bicone, left side delicate, and into that pearl. So I suggest you pause me now until you get the other side done also, like you done this side. I just added my last one, and now we're going to tie off. So I'm already on top here. I'm going to go around and bring that other thread towards that. Again, this one is a hard one to push through, so I'm just going to go see if I can get it down without going behind any other threads, and then get it back up through the hole. And it looks kind of like a donut, doesn't it? Well, we're going to fill it up with jelly, I guess. So, upwards we go. Make sure I'm going into the right pearl. Got it. And now, double knot. One and two. Into the pearl and work the thread away. Cut it off. And work that thread away. Going to another direction. There's plenty of thread left over, but well, you never know when you start, especially if you're designing while you're at it. Now we need an 8mm pearl, because that fits in there pretty cool, and a silver head pin, and just stick it in there somewhere. Put your pearl on there and make sure that you go straight across to the other side. Now these have a little bill underneath it, but if I pull it through, it will be, you can't see it anymore, and you can't see it on the top either. On top of that goes a delicate bead, and this is a bit of a hard part, but you gotta try and keep that as I just pushed that delicate bead in there on purpose, yes. Cut that off. Make that little loop. And get me a silver ear hook. And oh, well, that's pretty cool. these ear hooks already have an opening, and it's a straight opening, so it's not, can you see there's a big hole, big space in between there? That's cool, I don't have to juggle around with these. So basically what you would need to do would be to just kind of close that up, right? Carefully. Yep, that's closed. Okay, so now I can push all this down. Yep. Woohoo! Pretty awesome. And there you have it. Pretty cool, huh? I will leave the link for sylvexcraft.com underneath the video. And you can check it out if you're in Europe. I think you'll like the deals they have. And yeah, maybe you'll find some things if you're not in Europe. Maybe you'll find some things there too that you can't find otherwise. So just check it out. Okay, bye guys. That's it. See you next time. Bye. So if you're going to make it bigger, add 8. So, Swarovski on the right side, Delica bead 11O on the right side, picking up on the left side, another 3mm, this purple velvet, picking up on the right side, my Delica bead 11O, and then again bicone on the left. So, one more time. Bicone on the left, silver lined Delica on the right, cross in an 11O silver lined